Hello, dear students. How are you? Hope you all doing great in your life. Uh, in last session, we cover tell the taxonomical character of this first topic is living world, and today we will discuss the last topic of this chapter is called taxonomical aid. Okay, and what is the different category of taxonomical aid? So basically, taxonomical aid is the group or category which make by humans to convent for the study of animal or plant, or we can say we categorize in different groups or make a different perspective groups for the study of species of plant, a species of animal. We can say behavior of that plant, behavior of that animal. Okay, so basically taxonomical aid is the group which is in which we can which help into study the plant or animal. Basically there is the five type of groups which are according to NCERT group we will discuss today. First is museum, second is botanical garden, third is zoological garden, fourth is herbarium, and last one is key. Okay, what is museum and what is herbarium? Basically the difference between museum, first of all we will discuss what is museum. Basically museum, when we talk about doll museum, when we talk about particular Gandhi museum, like a particular man related museum, that is Gandhi museum. Okay, then what we see in there, when we talk about doll museum, that means collection of different type of dolls. When we see about Gandhi museum, collection of different objects which is used by the Mahatma Gandhi, or their different type of photos, objects, okay, their clothes, that collection of their objects, that is called museum. So basically museum in a perspective of plant or animal, museum is the collection or preserve different type of animal or plants, okay, for the purpose of education in our college, in our school, or in a particular area. We see the museum, that means the collection of different type of plants or animals for the educational purpose, that is called museum. Okay, and how can preserve animal or plant in the museum? We can make a special type of solution with the help of H2SO4 and HCl, that is called hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, with a perspective ratio, different type of ratio, and make a special solution in which we can preserve particular animal or particular plant for the long survivalship. Okay, so museum is the collection or preservation of different type of plant and animal for the educational purpose. Okay, and what is the botanical garden? Botanical, as the name suggests, plant. Botanical means plant. Botanical garden, when we conserve, when we protect a particular different type of species in its living form in a particular area, that is called botanical garden. Okay, preservation of plant in living form, okay, in a particular area, that is called botanical garden. Okay, or botanical garden can have the number of diverse plants in a setup of area, that is called botanical garden. And what is zoological garden? Zoological means animal. When a particular area, when we preserve different type of animals in their habitat, in their making artificial habitat, that is called zoological garden, that is called zoo. Okay, I think everyone visit zoo. Okay, zoo is the zoological garden, basically preservation of animal in artificial habitats. Okay, and what is herbarium? Herbarium basically collection of plant or a part of particular plant in its dry form, and pin on a paper sheet, and arranged like a library, in a book. In a herbarium is also when a particular plant with their botanical name, characters, and identification mark, we pin on a particular sheet, cover up them, and place as like a bookshelf in a library. That is called herbarium. That means collection of different part or preservation of different parts in its dry form, okay, on a paper sheet, okay, that is called herbarium. In herbarium we can also preserve different type of animal or insect also, okay. How can preserve insect? First of collection of insect, killing them, or after the dry up pin them on the paper sheet, okay, that is called uh, preservation of insect. When we preserve particular plant or insect, we will also write their botanical name of their particular sheet, or we also write the identification mark. How can identify that this species, because in its dry from the all special characters are approximately dry up, okay. So there is the mention of identification mark should be must, okay. That's why we can identify, or we can when we use in educational purpose, we have easy to identify a particular species, okay. Identification mark also should be written on its sheet, okay. This is herbarium, and it is also followed by insect preservation or animal preservation also, okay. We can say herbarium is the library. Herbarium is the library of flora and fauna, okay. And what is the last topic is key. What is key? Key basically is the group through which we can distinguish or we can study. This is the totally educational study group in which there is the number of database are present of plant, animal, different type of flora, fauna, which whatever found in on earth. And when we found something new plant, how can we say that this is the new or first discovered by me? We can compare with all collected database. If there is no information in that database, we can say, oh, this is the new plant which are discovered by me, okay. When we compare particular new species of plant or animal with a database, that is called key aid, okay. Key basically comparison of different plant or animals, or key is, we can also say, it is the database of all flora and fauna, okay. So this is the 5 aids or 5 category through which we can study, preserve, or identify the particular species of flora and fauna, okay. So this is the closing of our first chapter, that is called living world. So we can take a quick review. What is living world? Basically, in the first class we see the difference between living and non-living. Whenever it's come to in your exams, what is living and what is non-living, there is the major 4 top points are should be mentioned. That is called, when we categorize living and non-living, that is called respiration. In a particular species have respiration, metabolism, okay, movement and growth, okay. These are the 4 characters which can distinguish with non-living or living things, okay. Living things can have growth also, but they have not reproduction. First is metabolism, second is reproduction, third is growth, and fourth is movement, basically movement. So these are the characters of living and non-living. On the basis of that, we can also say movement. Plant cannot move, but they can metabolize, they can reproduce, they can grow, okay. That's why plant also called as living things. But other things, non-living or living, when we talk about this marker, this is non-living, because all this character 4 or 5 characters does not happen in this marker, okay. So on the after the living and non-living, we also study about what is the category of how who categorize the different classes of particular species. How can we categorize particular species or genus? We can say W. Whitaker is the scientist who categorize 5 kingdom of classification. On the basis of that, after that, there is a scientist Carolus Linnaeus. He gives a 7 classification, that means kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species, in which we can we can identify that particular type of species. When we talk about a housefly, we can also see housefly belongs to which kingdom, housefly belongs to which phylum, housefly belongs to which class, through the tracking of that 7 characters, 7 classifications. Okay. And after, we also see the taxonomical characters, what characters should be in taxonomical categories to identify a particular species or plants. Okay. Or the last topic is taxonomical aid. Okay, this is the 5 museum, botanical garden. There is the 4 different terms are also important, which is ex situ, second one is in situ, in vivo, and in vitro. These 4 terms are also important according to this chapter, or we can also use this particular terms in further chapters. What is ex situ, in situ, in vivo, in vitro? Ex situ, basically when conservation of particular plant or it is on the spot. This is called on the spot. Okay, that means what is the on the spot? That means when we know that in this area tigers living of tiger, this area is tigers living area. Okay, so we can the rounded of that all area, we can round that all area and allocate for the tiger, or we can say this is the tiger reserve area. That means there is no interference of human beings, no interference of their any industrial vehicles, transportation closed totally, no interference of human beings. That is called reserve area. That is called tiger reserve area, rhinoceros reserve area, elephant reserve area. Okay, deer reserve area, lion reserve area. There is the basically reserve area, reserve parks are available in India. That is called, in which the ex situ conservation, that is called ex situ conservation. Conservation means protection, on the spot production. We cannot give artificial medium, we protect them on in natural medium. Okay, we can protect them on in natural medium. That is called ex situ conservation. Now, what is the example of ex situ conservation? Tiger reserve area. Okay, tiger reserve area, different lion reserve area, basically reserve parks. Okay, reserve parks are the example of ex situ conservation. And what is in situ conservation? In situ conservation, conserve particular animal or plant in artificial medium. Artificial medium. That means when we conserve an elephant, when we conserve a white tiger in a zoological gardens, when here zoological gardens are example of in situ conservation. That means in artificial medium we take over them and put in artificial medium of zoological garden, then gives daily basis of their food and maintain their artificial habitat. That is called in situ conservation. That means conserve particular plant or animal in artificial medium. Botanical garden is also an example of in situ conservation. Okay, but okay, this is the in situ artificial medium, or out of the spot. Spot from where? Spot is where that particular animal or plant found. Okay, from when take them their particular area and put in artificial medium and make survive them, that is called in situ conservation. Okay, clear? And example is botanical garden and zoological garden. ठीक है? What is in vivo and in vitro? In vivo means when we any reaction or any process takes place in living things. Okay, when we do experiment on living things, when we do experiment like mice, monkey, pig, that is called in vivo. In vivo. Okay, in vivo fertilization, in vivo conservation, in vivo reaction. Okay, in living things we can say in living things, that is called in vivo. And what is in vitro? In vitro is called in lab or laboratory. Okay, when any reaction or any process takes place in laboratory or in non-living things, like when we talk about fertilization, that means when sperm fertilized with egg in uterus, that is called in vivo fertilization. And the in vivo fertilization takes place in mother's body or in living body. But when we talk about the test tube baby, that means we take egg from the mother, we take sperm from the father and fertilize or make together them in a test tube, that is called test tube baby. And this is the artificial fertilization which takes place in the laboratory, that is called in vitro fertilization. In vivo fertilization, in vitro fertilization. In vivo means the reaction or process takes place in living things, and what is in vitro? The reaction or process takes place in artificial medium or in laboratory, that is called in vivo fertilization, in vitro fertilization. These all four topics are very important, and it will also use in other chapters when we study further. Okay, XC2 artificial on the spot conservation or in natural conservation. Okay, what is the example of XC2? Reserves, park, national parks. Basically national parks is the example of XC2 conservation. And what is in situ? Artificial medium means when a particular plant or animal conserved in artificial medium, that is called in situ conservation. What is the example? Botanical garden and zoological garden. These are these two parts of in situ conservation. Okay, and what is in vivo fertilization or in vitro? In vitro or in vivo? In vivo means when particular reaction or process takes place in living things, that is called in vivo. And what is in vitro? When a particular reaction or process takes place in laboratory or in artificial medium, that is called in vitro. Okay बच्चों, so study this all four topics are very important. Okay, good luck. आगे आप लोग पढ़ना, क्वेरी निकालना. Okay, good luck.